Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen. Welcome to our 10 a.m. Strong and Steady class. We have a good workout lined out today. From last workout, if you remember, we did a sequence in our 5 circuits that built up. So we did 3 rounds of everything, but we did 6 reps, 8 reps, 10 reps. Today, we're going to do the inverse. We're going to climb down the hill, and we're going to start with 10 repetitions, 8 repetitions, and 6 repetitions. We're going to do some of the same movements that were new last time. We're going to add some new options in as well today, always keeping things moving. We're going to be using our chair, our dumbbells, and a support stick, whether it's a broom handle. I have a 6-foot PVC pipe. Let's get started. Okay, I'm seated. I'm gonna just start working on small circles with my arms to get some mobility and blood flow into my muscles. That synovial fluid moving through my joints. I just changed the direction of my circles. Good, and you can be seated in your chair now, or you can be standing, whatever works for you. I'm just starting seated, but I will come to standing here in a second. I'm doing big forward circles and then big backward circles. Not too fast, just at a nice pace that feels good in my joints. Now I'm switching to my right arm. And my goal is to make complete circles reaching to the back wall and forward toward the windows here at Coco. Okay, changing directions now. Good, and now I'm gonna go ahead and come to standing. I'm gonna start with warming up with hip hinges, which I always like to do as a precursor to squats. So I'm hinging within the hips. My knees are maintaining a steady state of flexion, meaning I'm not bending my knees anymore, and I'm melting belly button through sternum toward the ground. The goal being to warm up my glutes and my hamstrings. My hands are on my hips, my elbows are toward the ceiling, the weight's in my heels. Now I'm gonna add in more flexion in the knees, going into a good squat. So I like to cross my arms out in front with my elbows parallel to my shoulders and sitting down in my squat. Weight in my heels, pressing through my heels to come to standing. Now, squats are such a good functional movement. We should be using this probably every day as we reach for things on the ground. So I tend to always start my classes with a squat. Today's movement is going to be a squat with an upright row. That's the first one, okay? So we can, as we do, either use our chair or not use our chair. I like having the element of the chair incorporated because not only does it give us a sense of a little bit more security, but it also requires you to get to a certain depth, right? So here I am seated on my chair, my thighs are parallel to the ground, which is traditionally what we talk about wanting to do when we do a squat, okay? So the squat to upright row, we're gonna use 1 dumbbell or 2. We'll grab it with our fingers interlaced at the top head of it, and so it's pointing down toward the ground. We'll come to standing and then visualize that we're pulling a zipper up from our belly button to our chin, and our elbows are pulling to the ceiling, and then we unzip and bring it down, and then we're gonna sit back down in the chair. And again, using the chair is optional for you. That's the first movement. Then we're gonna go back to the seated shoulder press, which we did last time, and we are gonna continue to work on that element of holding the weight of a leg floated up toward the ceiling. So as we exhale, we're gonna float one leg, hold it in our oblique, and do half of the reps, then float it down with control, float the other leg up, all while staying in balance, okay? And then the last one we're gonna do in this circuit will be our donkey kicks, okay? So utilizing the chair, Hands on either side of the folding chair. So we're in this nice bent over position, neutral spine from a bent over position. So you're gazing down at your chair. And then you're gonna bend your leg and lift it so it's almost at this right angle with your heel toward the ceiling. And then we're gonna press the heel toward the ceiling by contracting through our hamstring and glute, okay? Not pushing from our quad, but really think about that hamstring as a rope that we're gonna tug on like a pulley to shoot our heel toward the ceiling, okay? So we'll do one side then the other. All right, so that's our first circuit, okay? So let's begin. I'm gonna give you a sideways view of me as I do these squat to upright rows, okay? So my heels are on the ground, pronounced in the heel, light in the toe, right underneath knee. Now, the weight is gonna fall between my knees as it's dangling down there, okay? So we're starting with 10. So grab a breath in, start your exhale, heels get heavy, rise to standing and row, and then return back down. Pull up the zipper, lower and sit, 2. Up the zipper, lower and 3. 4. And we're doing this intentionally nice and slow, visualizing that we're maintaining perfect balance so that cups of water balanced on our shoulders would not spill as we stand and sit. Let's do one more. Good, and all the way down, nice job. Okay, now we're back to that seated shoulder press. Okay, so this is bilateral, 2 dumbbells, wrists over elbows. I'm gonna shoulder press, both hands are going, okay, but we're gonna lift one leg. So I'm gonna exhale, left heel gets heavy, right knee rises, and I'm holding the weight of that leg in my right oblique. Press, 1, 2, 3. Always start your exhale before you move. That was 4. Right leg floats down. Exhale, left leg floats up. Hold the weight of that left leg in your left oblique. 1. Pressing for 2, 3, and 4. Oops, we should have done 10. So let's do 2 more here. 5 and 6. All right, lower with control. Good job. Okay, now we have our donkey kicks. Sally, you almost thought you got away with one, but I did 8 instead of 10. All right. Now, I'm bent over in a nice right angle over my folding chair. My hands are on the seat, okay? My shoulders are stacked over my wrists, okay? I'm gonna bend my left leg. So my knee is extended out from my hip and my heels toward the ceiling. And now let's do 10 pulses. Ready? 1, 2, and imagine that you're just tapping a thumbtack into the ceiling. It doesn't have to be a big range of motion here. You want to keep your pelvis nice and neutral and no rotation or twisting in your torso. Let's go 2 more. 1 and 2. Now lower that leg with control and we'll switch. Okay, stay stacked. Right leg floats up, knee extended out from hip, heel toward the ceiling. Exhale, and 1, 2. And you're focusing really hard on tugging on that rope on the back of the right leg. 5, 6. Heel to the ceiling. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower the leg with control. Reach for your dumbbell. Squat to upright row. All right, heels on the ground. Make sure those knees are aligned with hips, feet lined with knees. Okay, press those heels to the ground. Start your exhale, rise and row. And sit back down with control. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. And elbows are floating to the ceiling. 9. One more. And slow, slow, slow return to the chair. Good. Okay. All right. Now we have 8 shoulder presses. Now we will do 4 on each side. Exhale. Float that right leg up. Find that tension in your right oblique. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right leg floats down, left leg floats up. Hold onto it with your left oblique. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Lower the left leg with control. Set those dumbbells down. Let's go back to these donkey kicks. Now, donkey kicks, a lot of times if you watch videos of them, people will add a lot of twisting with their hips, and we don't want that. We want to target our hamstrings and our glutes exclusively, okay? So wrists under shoulders. So shoulder, elbow, wrist, nice and stacked. Send that left leg back out from the hip, straight back. Squeeze through your armpits like you're holding onto a pencil under there, okay? Heel to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Lower with control. Switch sides. Right leg floats up. Knee out from hip. Check in with your headlights. Make sure if you had headlights on your hips and on your shoulders, they're pointing straight down to the ground, all right? Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice job. Last round of squat to upright rows. All right. I'm on the edge of my chair. My heels are active into the ground. Weights between my knees, between my legs. Exhale. Come to standing for 1. And remember, your isometric hold is with elbows to the ceiling. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, nice job. Seated shoulder press. Okay. Hands in position. I have my wrists facing each other. You can also do it with wrists out, so thumbs facing your ears. Either way is fine, whatever's most comfortable. Exhale, float that right knee up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold in position. Right knee floats down, left knee floats up. Stay balanced and exhale for 1, 2, and 3. Good. And float that leg down. Nice work. Okay, donkey kicks. Last time through. Nice flat back. Squeeze not only through your armpits, I want you to feel that sensation of squeezing through your chest here as well, holding that stability. Okay, my left leg is gonna float up into that right angle, knee extended from hip. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, contracting hamstring, 4, 5, and 6. Good, float the leg down. Switch to the right leg. Floating up. And remember, I like to use this visual of a rope like a drawbridge. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, nice work. That's our first circuit. Our second circuit, as you guys are getting water, I'll explain what we're going to do. We have hydrants, which are going to be in a similar position to donkey kicks, utilizing the chair. If you don't need the chair and are fine with getting all the way down to the ground, you may do so from the ground as well, but I'll demonstrate it from the chair. If you're on the ground, you'd be in tabletop position. So we're gonna do hydrants, and then we're gonna do some fun work with split stance again. We did split stance work last week, but I'll show you split stance, what we're gonna do today. Okay, now hydrants are what we're gonna do first. Donkey kicks targeted hamstrings and glutes, so the posterior side of the leg. Hydrants are gonna target more the lateral side, okay? So when we're in tabletop position, it becomes clear why this is called hydrants, because all of you dog lovers, it looks like a dog lifting its leg to pee on a fire hydrant, okay? But we are not going to pee, we're just going to lift, okay? So we'll start bent over our chair. We're gonna lift one leg. I call this the flamingo leg. Kathy loves that terminology, okay? And then we're gonna contract through our glute on the side, and we're gonna also squeeze through our lat and oblique to help drive that rotation. Contract and open, contract and open. So if your kneecap were like a paintbrush, you're trying to paint a straight line driven by your knee, but that contraction's coming from this lateral side, oblique through glute, to open up, all right? So we'll do one side, then the other. Then our split stance, row to press. This is new, and we will use our chair for stability, and we're gonna need one dumbbell, okay? So let me just demonstrate this. Remember, our split stance is our working stance with one foot in front of the other and in good balance, so you can stay in here all day long. Then we're gonna add a hinge. And right now I have my right foot forward, and I'm gonna put my right hand down on the back of the chair, and I'm bent at a 45-degree angle, okay? My right knee is slightly bent and my left leg is straight. I'm gonna pull my elbow toward the ceiling in a row, and then I'm gonna twist my torso, rotate the dumbbell from underneath my elbow to on top of my elbow, and then I'm gonna press to the ceiling, okay? So it's a row to press. Now, you may want to play around with where you have the chair as you do this. You might not want it directly under you, under your right side. It might be better if it's a little further out. Okay, so that's the next movement that we're gonna do. Now, if you can do this without using the chair, or if you find that you like the stick a little bit better because you can position it a little bit lower, that would be good option as well, okay? So that's our second circuit. Just two movements, but we're doing unilateral movements. So we'll do one side then the other. Hydrants, and then split stance, row to press. Okay, so let's start with our hydrants. All right, so I have my hands on the base of the chair. My shoulders are stacked over my elbows and my wrists. I'm gonna bend my left leg at the knee. I'm gonna keep my knees in parallel. My left leg is extended out like a flamingo, straight out. Okay, now I'm gonna contract through that left side, obliques and glutes. Ready? 1, 2, nice and slow. Your squeeze is with that leg lifted. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Let's switch sides. Now be mindful. You're kind of almost pushing off that other leg. So you're going to need to stabilize with that opposite glute. Okay. So right leg, knee is bent, heel toward the wall. Exhale. 1, 2. Keep those hips in parallel. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. You should really be feeling on the sides of your butt. Okay, now split stance, rows press. So I have the dumbbell in my left hand. I'm in my split stance with the right leg forward, knee bent, left leg back, toes are straight, and that left leg is straight, hinging slightly to a 45. I'm gonna have the chair here for balance if I need it, okay? So we're gonna row, elbow, twist, and press to the ceiling for 1. Row, twist, press to the ceiling, 2. Row, twist, press to the ceiling, 3. Row, twist, press to the ceiling, 4. Now notice I'm rowing and then twisting, but that dumbbell is still staying nice and stable right at my armpit level. Okay, row, twist, and that twist is coming through my obliques, right? But I'm stable. I'm not flinging that weight around. It's loaded in my core as I twist my core. Let's do one more. And when you twist, you want to get your shoulders stacked to the ceiling. That's the goal of your full range of motion on your twist, okay? So now I'm back to my split stance, left leg forward, right leg back, left knee bent, the dumbbell's in my right hand. Okay, the chair is here if I need it. Okay, row, twist, press, and down. Row, twist, press, 2. Row, twist, press, 3. Row, twist, press, and 4. Row, twist, press, 5. 6. 7. 8. Make sure you're focusing on the rotation of the shoulders, stabilizing the weight at your armpits. Good. Okay. Nice job. We're back to those hydrants. Now we have rounds of 8. So we're bent over the chair, hands at the base of the chair. Bend that left leg, knees together. Exhale. 1, 2, lift that leg, contract through the obliques and glutes. 4, 5, 6, keep those arms straight. 7, and 8. Nice job. Let's switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, glutes and obliques, arms are straight. 6, 7, and 8. Nice job. Okay, split stance. Dumbbell in the left hand, right leg forward. Nice and unbalanced. Left leg is straight, right knee is slightly bent. Hinge forward slightly. Light hand on the back of the chair if you need it. Okay, row, drawing from your back. Whenever we row, it's always coming from the back. Row, twist, and press to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that weight nice and stable. You row it, hold that weight in your lats. 7, and 8. Really focus on keeping that low belly nice and tight. I don't want you to twist and feel like you're arching your back. In that twist, you're twisting through the ribs, just rotating, okay? Not contracting and pulling into a backward arc. Okay, now dumbbell in the right hand, left leg forward, knee is bent in the left, right leg is straight. 45-degree back. Ready? Row, twist, and reach for 1. Row, rotate, reach for 2. 3, 4. Slow down your movement. Press down, rotate. 6, 7. Press, rotate, and 8. Nice job. Do not rush through that movement. One thing at a time. Row, rotate, press up, down, rotate, and return. Okay, last round of hydrants. Load your lats, shoulders over wrists, knees together, bend the left knee. All right, let's lift that leg. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Really think about, give yourself a little poke in those obliques because you want them helping to support this movement, okay? All right, right side, knees together. Lift that heel on the right leg, just enough. All right, now lift that knee. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nicely done. All right, last round of that split stance, row and press. Okay. Dumbbell left hand, right leg forward, bent knee, left leg back, straight knee, 45-degree back. Ready? Now you can have your hand on the back of your chair, or you can, I've kind of found myself placing it a little bit on my knee, okay? Just be mindful that if you're using it there, you're using it to help emphasize and engage that bottom side lat to oblique. So that would be the right side, okay? All right, ready? Row, twist, and reach for 1. Reach, down, twist, 2. 3. Twist, 4. Row, twist, reach, return, twist, 5. Down, twist, and 6. Okay. Next side. All right. I'm in my nice working stance. My back's at a 45-degree angle. Left foot forward, right foot back. Slight bend in my left knee, right leg straight. All right, ready? Row, twist, and reach, and back down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You got it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Good. Nice work. I hope you guys all did that safely, kept it nice and slow, and really bifurcated each movement. All right, get some water. We're on round 3. Okay, so there's a couple of sort of new movements in here in round 3. We're gonna do a chair lunge. It's going to be a modified lunge, okay? So we're not gonna go knee all the way to the ground, all right? We're just gonna go as deeply as we can, but we'll talk about it, okay? Then we're gonna do the chair push-up again. We did chair push-ups last time where we're bent over and our hands are on the back of the chair, our arms are in parallel and they're extended out from our shoulders. Our feet are in parallel to our hips, and we're gonna bend at the elbows, dropping them toward the ground, and then press, straightening our arm, trying not to use the muscles in our back to help raise our torso. Try to raise our torso based on the straightening of the arms, okay? The last element we're gonna do is called halos. Now, halos are a joint mobility movement for the shoulders. But the muscles we use are all up in the shoulders and upper traps. So what we do for halos, we can do it standing or sitting, is we take one dumbbell by the ears and we take it over the top of our head. It doesn't have to be arms straight. In fact, it's a little bit better with bend in the elbows. And you're drawing imaginary halos, or maybe they're the real thing, over the top of your head. And so what we'll do is we'll do 10 in one direction and 10 in the other, okay? And 8 and 6, all right? What you want to do with halos is try to stay as still as you can and try to not shorten your neck. We have a tendency to do that, and we have a tendency to elongate through the neck, leaning forward. And our goal is really to just draw these tiny little circles above our head with the weight, okay? So we'll try and keep it as simple as we can. All right, but that's the last element. To start, we're gonna do these chair lunges with the single arm shoulder press. Okay, so what that means is one arm is gonna be shoulder pressing, okay? And I have the chair next to me, and I'm gonna use this chair to help me get as deeply as I can with good form, okay? So for each of you, that means something different. And the main focus here is to get better, okay? So getting better means this, okay? If I'm going back, I have the chair in my left side. I'm gonna step forward with my left and back with my right. And here I am. I'm gonna bend at the knee, drawing my knee down straight. And I want my core to be straight, and I want my back butt to be engaged. And I'm just gonna go down and up as much as I can and keep those things working. I wanna feel myself tightening in my back butt. I wanna feel that my core is nice and tight as I rise up, okay? So I'm leaving it to each of you to find that level of work that you can do and maintain good form and getting as deeply into your lunge as you can do, all right? Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate from the side. We're gonna start with the right side, okay? So hopefully you all have it. So I have the dumbbell in my right hand, stepping forward with my left, back with my right. I'm in my split stance basically here. But I'm just gonna bend at the right knee, lowering down as deep as I can, squeezing my back butt. Exhale and press as I rise. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Really focusing on that back leg. I want you to think about, can I squeeze that back butt? 7, 8, because I got to use that to help support my pelvis. All right, let's go to the other side now. So hand on the back of the right chair, right leg strided forward, left leg back, split stance. Dumbbells in my left arm. Ready? Lower to the ground with control as far as I can. Press to the ceiling as I rise. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now your focus is on that left leg and back. 9 and 10. Good. Okay. Next, chair push-ups. Okay. So I have this position where I'm using the back of my folding chair now. I'm bent over only slightly. I'm at a 45-degree angle. My hands are in the back of the chair in parallel, arms in parallel to my shoulders. Now I'm going to start lowering my torso toward the chair by bending and lowering my elbows. Exhale as I straighten my arms and lift my torso. Inhale, descend. Exhale, straighten the arms. 2, 3. Now remember, start your exhale Before you begin, as you do so, think lifting your pelvic floor, deepening your transverse. 6, 7, make a shallow bowl with the muscles of your belly. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. Hopefully you're getting that warmth in the back of your arms, those triceps. Okay, so now we're seated in the chair for our halos. Okay, I'm hanging onto the dumbbell by its ears, and I'm going to lift it up over my face, over my head, but my elbows are bent. My heels are into the ground. They're gonna be active. I want to think I'm stable from the ground up as I draw these halos overhead, okay? So even though I have this up overhead, I'm gonna create some tension in my armpits here. I'm not gonna create tension between my ears. So keep the tops of shoulders relaxed if you can, neck is relaxed. Okay, let's draw those circles. 1, 2, 3. They don't have to be big. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Change directions for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Now you're probably feeling it in this upper back region, just descending down from the neck. Those are your upper trapezoids. That's where we want to be feeling it, as well as the tops of shoulders, your deltoid heads. All right, now we're back to that lunge. All right, so position the chair. We're gonna have left leg forward, dumbbell in your right hand. Nice split stance, nice and big. Okay, you ready? Descend, exhale as you rise. 1, 2, focusing on the muscles in that right leg. Power up with those glutes. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, let's change sides. Right leg forward, left leg back. Dumbbell in your left hand, slight bend in your right knee. Left leg is straight. Okay, we're gonna bend that left leg, lowering and rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice work. Okay, tricep push-ups. I hope these are getting better for you guys. You kind of get the hang of new movements a little bit. We just introduced this in the last class. So hopefully with repetition, you're getting your form down. Okay, so I'm nice and unbalanced, hands in the top of the chairs. And I'm not at the sides, I'm actually kind of palms down, all right? Now I'm gonna let my elbows sink toward the ground. As I do so, my torso is lowering. And then exhale, straighten the arms. 2, and I'm trying to load my triceps as much as I can, trying to not use my back. 6, 7, and 8. Good. Okay, and halos. Seated, legs in parallel. Dumbbell over your head, neck is relaxed. All right, let's go. Draw those tiny circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get a sense. Are you staying still? 6, 7, and 8. Let's change directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice job with the halos. Return it to the ground. Oh, actually keep it in your hands. We have our last round of lunges. All right. Dumbbell in the right hand, left leg forward, slightly bent in the knee, right leg back and straight. Okay, ready. Let's lower that right knee to the ground, nice and straight. Exhale as we rise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Creating that tension in your back butt. 5, 6, 7. Whoa, that was too many. Should only be 6. Extra credit. Now we have to do 7 on the other side. Sorry, Sally. Okay, because we got to be even. All right. Okay, dumbbell in the left hand. Right leg forward. Let's sink to the ground. 1, 2, 3. Now, any of these things that we're doing with the chair, you can be doing with the stick. 6, and 1 more for 7. Okay, so the chair gives us 4 legs of stability. The stick gives us 1 leg of stability. So it's a stabilizing force, just not as much. Okay, tricep push-ups. Except for the tricep push-ups, you can't do that well with the stick. All right, so hands in the back of the chair. Feet under hips, knees softly bent. Inhale as you bend at the elbows, lowering your torso. Exhale, straighten. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Excellent. And last round of halos. All right, dumbbell overhead, elbows softly bent, neck is relaxed, not tense. All right, let's draw those halos, ladies and gentlemen. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Change directions for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nice job. Okay, we are on our last round. Get a drink now if you need it. We have 2 sort of new ones and 2 sort of repeats, okay? The first one is a chair reverse plank with a knee raise, okay? The second is seated bicep curls. So make sure your dumbbells are handy. We're gonna sit here and do bicep curls. And then after we do our first round of bicep curls with palms up, then we're gonna rotate palms down and do bicep curls this way, okay? So it's gonna change the position of the bicep muscles that are moving, but the hope is with that sequencing of them back to back, you'll get a nice warmth in your biceps, okay? And the last one is a chair mountain climber. Okay, so mountain climbers are typically a very cardio and plyometric based exercise. We are going to do it for stability and core engagement. So the design is going to be slightly different. But let's start with our chair reverse plank with the knee raise. It's actually going to be similar in design as the mountain climber and similar objectives, except for the target areas are going to be the posterior side rather than the anterior. Okay, so I'm seated kind of on my sacrum. My hands are going to be underneath my armpits. My legs are extended more, my heels are more away from my knees. They're not directly under my knees. I am going to be heavy in the heel, light in the toe. I'll press my fanny up off of the chair. Then what we're focusing on here is a knee raise, but everything else is being stable. Okay, so I just demonstrated probably not the greatest view. I'll show the left leg. As we press our fanny up and off, we're engaging from our lats all the way down to our hips. All right, so nice and tight and strong on that lateral side down our back with our shoulder blades nice and stable. Then for demonstration purposes here, I'm going to say right heel is heavy and that left leg is going to float. And I'm going to imagine again that rope from my oblique on the left side to the tip of my left knee is going to pull my knee up and release. Okay. And we will do halvesies. So 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Okay. But the goal is to not lose any of the other stability we've created. So our pelvis stays nice and still. Our shoulder blades stay nice and still. Our tops of shoulders stay down. And we have a nice neutral line of our spine. Okay. All right. So let's begin. All right. Legs extended away, heels into the ground. I'm going to press through the base of the chair, lifting my fanny up and off the chair. Notice that my shoulders stay stacked over my wrists. Okay. Right heel gets heavy. Left leg floats. 1. Drawn by the string. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Okay, good. Now we'll switch sides. Give your wrists a little break. I know that's a lot on your wrists. Okay. So we're going to slide back out into that position. Left heel's heavy. Engage that glute, hamstring. Right knee floats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, return your fanny to the chair. All right, now we have seated bicep curls. Okay, ready, palms up. 1, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. Think about the contraction at the top. Don't bring the weights to your chest. Just contract until your arms are at that nice bend. See? 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. Now we have palms down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try and keep those elbows anchored. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nice job. Okay, mountain climbers are next. Okay, mountain climbers. We're gonna set up as though we're doing a chair plank. And we're going to become a 3-legged table, essentially. And that one leg that's not on the ground is going to be drawn in toward a chest in what we might call a knee thrust. But we want to stay nice and stable in our plank. So let me demonstrate. So I'm out here in my plank. Okay, that's my mountain climber. Now, it doesn't have to be huge if you feel completely unstable. Work at it, okay? If it is lifting the leg this way, that is fine as well, okay? So we'll do 5 on one leg and 5 on the other. Now, what is happening here is you have to stabilize your pelvis, right? Your shoulders, your scapula are stabilized with your arms. What we're not stabilizing with 2 is your pelvis. So that opposite, this lat to oblique has to be really strong and hold the weight of your pelvis as that leg moves, okay? So I want you to not strain and rotate. Just think strong obliques, strong pelvic floor, strong low belly. That's gonna help support my neutral parallel pelvis, okay? So let's begin. So we have 5 on one leg, then 5 on the other. Inhale, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I know that I just did 5 on each side. Do what you can, try and keep it even. If it's just 2 on each side or 3 on each side, that's fine. We will get better, okay? Now we're back to our chair reverse plank with the knee raised. So turn your chairs opposite. We're facing as we would traditionally in a chair. Okay, now we have 4 on each side, all right? Okay, hands under armpits. Lift your fanny off. Okay, now lift your heart, squeeze lat to oblique, heavy right leg, heavy right heel, left knee floats. 1, 2, draw it in by that rope. 3, and 4. Okay, switch, heavy left heel. 1, 2, right knee floats. 3, and 4. Good. Return to your seated position. Now we have our bicep curls. Okay, ready. Curl. 1, 2, nice and controlled. 3, keep those elbows locked into your rib cage. 6, 7, and 8. Okay, palms down. 1, 2, keep those wrists nice and straight. We should be doing no wrist flexion. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Okay, now for this next round of 8s for this chair mountain climber, I'm going to not do the knee thrust. I'm going to do the bending of the knee, drawing the heel up toward the ceiling, okay, just to demonstrate that one. Okay, so find your chair plank. Okay, we're trying to load our torso, our chest, and our lats, okay? All right, ready? Exhale, engage your core. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Other side. Exhale. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nicely done. Okay. We are on our last round of 6s. Okay, so that means 3 on each side. I know, shake out your wrists there. We have a lot of chair work and plank work on the chair. I apologize if this is getting hard on your wrists, okay? Stay with me as much as you can here. If you, ready? All right, press to the chair, lift the fanny, engage from your armpit to hip. Right heel is heavy. Left knee floats. 1, 2, and 3. Switch, left foot heavy, right knee floats. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Turn your fanny back to the chair. All right. Reach for your dumbbells. Relax tops of shoulders and neck. Lift your heart just a little. Elbows locked in. Exhale, curl. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, palms down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay. And now we have our chair mountain climbers. And we have 3 on each leg. Find your good chair plank. All right, make sure the shoulders and elbows and wrists are stacked. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Switch sides. I'm doing a knee thrust. 2 and 3. Good. Walk yourself back in. Nice job. Okay. Now let's go to our core focused work. We're going to do a little bit more of those knee raises and thinking about utilizing our obliques to drive those knees, okay? So we aren't going to lift our fanny off the chair. We're going to stay seated with hands under on the sides of the chair, gripping as you wish, seated on your sit bones. Now we're going to do 2 rounds of 8 of everything here, okay, in this last sequence, all right? So 4 on each leg. So exhale, left heel gets heavy, right oblique activates to float the right knee up. 2. And I like to have my finger right there so I can force that tension, that thought into that tension. Okay, so now I'm going left. So right heel's heavy, left knee floating. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now another option for our torso twist is we could do it like a Romanian deadlift. Okay, so we can add this dumbbell into grabbing by the ears with our elbows locked, and we're twisting from side to side. Okay, so you ready? We're focusing on twisting through the rib cage. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now notice that I automatically drove my heels to the ground and lifted my toes. We'll talk about that when we get back to our next set of why I did that. I'll walk you through it. Okay, back to our knee raises. 4 on each side. So hands under armpits, lifting your heart, left heel heavy, right knee floats. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Switch sides. Right heel heavy, left knee floats. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay. Now back to these torso twists, modified Russian twists. I always drive toward parallel legs. And when I have my heels into the ground, it helps drive hamstring activation. But I'm also thinking as I twist, I don't want my legs to move. And as I maintain that, I get a little bit of inner thigh connectivity, helping to hold my knees stable. Okay, so let's do these twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. All right, now we're gonna do our shoulder work and then we're out of here. Okay, so extend your arms out from your shoulders, palms to me, thumbs up. Now turn that right thumb down, curl your hands around door handles, check in with your shoulder blades, and let's turn. 1, make those turns as big as you can. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, arms are extended, bend at the elbows, fingertips toward me, so your arms are at nice right angles. Scarecrow arms down, ready. 1, 2, 3. Try not to let your shoulders and neck bunch up. 6, 7, and 8. Flatten your arms. Now scarecrow arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Lower your arms, shake them out. Now, you guys might be wondering why I do this shoulder work at every class, because I know at least half of you, if not more, have shoulder issues. So we want to be doing as much as we can to continue to work all the muscles around the shoulder, okay? So we will continue to do this every time we have one more round. All right, extend those arms out from the shoulder. All right, thumbs up toward the ceiling. Now right thumb down, curl them around door handles, check in with your level, shoulder blade stable. All right, let's turn those doorknobs as far as we can. 1. And with the second round, you can probably really start thinking of the rotating of the humerus bone in the shoulder joint. Get those muscles working. 7 and 8. Good. Okay, bend those arms into right angles, palms down. Now pressing the palms down until your fingertips are down toward the ground. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's go scarecrow arms up without resting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Bring your arms down to your sides. All right, roll those shoulders back. Nice shoulder shrugs and forward. Good. Now take your palms together and open your chest. And close, opening through the shoulder blades. You can even hinge at the waist. Good, rise. Now open, pressing your heart forward, and then overlap opposite, hugging yourself, opening through the shoulder blades, rounding through the spine. Good, okay, now let's reach overhead. Right hand to left wrist, open to the side. And back to the top. Let's switch, left hand to right wrist, open toward the left. Release the tension in your neck and back to the top. All right, nice job, guys. Great class today. Today is Thursday. I will see you all, if not Sunday, at stretch class at 10. I will see you Tuesday at our next Strong and Steady class. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. Bye.